With Mr. Aaron Berger.
Hi.
And our only airing all week long of a weekly deal drop.
This is it.
From HP. We launched on Monday. This price expires tomorrow night at midnight if they remain that long. This is an incredible laptop. Of course, HP pretty much says it all right there.
Number one computer manufacturer in America.
Yeah.
Number one selling brand, period, here at HSN.
Yeah, so there's
cool,
that. Also, let's just talk about the fact that this is $120 off today as opposed to what the price will be Monday morning. We have three gorgeous colors. We've got this beautiful teal. I'm gonna show you look at the interior of that, or look at the keyboard on that. It's so cool. It's like a piece of granite. And that's something that's exclusive to HSN. The same thing with the blue. The blue has the most beautiful, like marble keyboard just like this. Then we've got the classic in the silver. So we're gonna get into the details because it's always what is most important to be about your performance and your productivity. Before we do that though, I just wanted to let you know this does qualify for VIP financing.
Oh, cool.
So if you have an HSN card, you're spending $35 and I think 50 cents today, and that's what you pay every month, but you get your laptop right away and you'll be enjoying it that whole while, that whole year. It is really quite a marvel what we get to do at HSN. Oh, one more thing, if you don't have that HSN card, you might want to apply for that today because the minute you get approved, not only do you get that VIP financing, but we'll give you $20 towards your first purchase, which of course could be this laptop, whatever you prefer. But it is always what's under the hood, and oh, I see, it's a backlit keyboard.
One of the best things about, and a fingerprint reader.
And a fingerprint reader.
And the largest screen size we sell. So I've been at HSN, I've been selling computers at HSN for over 17 years. I've never sold a larger laptop screen than this laptop screen. And also in all the years that I've sold tablets, and I've sold computers, and I've sold phones, and you name it, I have never one time ever had someone say, oh, I wish I bought a smaller screen. What you're getting today is the single biggest screen in any laptop computer we offer. What does that mean for you? It means more multitasking. It means having more programs up at one time and really being able to see what's going on. It means not having to get your reading glasses, for goodness sakes, when you want to see something on your computer. So having the bigger screen, that's the number one thing that I'll point out to you. Having the bigger screen means absolutely everything, but all of the specs on this computer. And we might even have a little overview video. If we do, we'll show that to you. Otherwise, I'm just going to sort of talk through the specs for you. So, the biggest screen, the 17.3 inch screen, the single biggest screen we offer. And again, that is what I think most people look at this computer and go, wait, it's just a little over $400. And it has the 17-inch screen, I'm in. And then you hear, oh, and there's an Intel processor. Bum, 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 sound familiar? Intel inside. Intel is the #1 processor company in the entire world. So you're getting the #1 selling computer brand in the entire country. You're getting the #1 selling brand, period, at HSN. I'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. Intel inside, the #1 processor company in the world, and you're getting Windows 11, the latest operating system from Microsoft, which means your computer is safe, your computer is protected. You have things like Teams. Microsoft Teams is already built into your computer and ready to go. You've got access to all kinds of games and movies and music on the Microsoft Store. The key is, like Callie said, this is it. Yeah. This is the only airing I currently have on my schedule.
And which is a good thing, only because if you want silver, there's less than 100. There's literally less than 100, and that's, you know, the classic. Look at this. I mean, it's HP. It's how proud are you going to be to walk around with this one? Or your student, if they're going back to college or going to college or just starting out on their, you know, endeavors in their first career. But silver is most limited and will be selling out very soon. The blue is beautiful and exclusive, as is the teal, and both of which have a really unique keyboard. I just want to show that to you again. This is more of like, I feel like this is more like a granite, but the blue is more like a marble, and it's just stunning. It's those little details that make the sitting down to this experience fun and that you look forward to. This also weighs less than 5 pounds.
Yeah, weighs less than 5 pounds, has about an 8-hour battery life. And again, every bell, every whistle. And I think those things are really key because you see this sort of price point, right? And you're like, great price point, and then I tell you that it's this huge size. I'm gonna just unplug this, plug it back in for a minute, to show you guys what we call frame sync, a direct feed into your a television at home. But the screen size is the first thing you think of, and then you start saying, okay, but I want a computer that has sort of next level, you know, things, frankly. So a couple of those things to look for on this computer. Huge keypad and keyboard. So your alpha and a numeric keypad on the side. It's so convenient. No matter what you're doing, if you're just banking or you're shopping or you're doing any sort of data entry, having the full keyboard makes the biggest difference in the world. Really elevated things like, you press F4, we're gonna take a look here and see if we can get a good shot. Yeah, that is a really good shot. So I'm gonna turn the backlit keyboard off. One more, and I think it will be off. So there's a backlit keyboard there. One touch of the button, and you see those lights come on. Maybe we'll even be able to bring our lights down a little bit in the studio, and you'll be able to see it even more clearly. But what it means is you're able to use your computer beautifully under any lighting circumstances. So when you're lying in bed,
it sounds like a small detail, but it's such a big
until you
one.
have it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like having I'll never forget as a kid, I didn't have a bedside lamp until I was like, I don't know, 8 years old, 9 years old. And then I remember I got a bedside lamp and I was like, Mom, I love that I don't have to get up at night and turn the light up.
Yeah.
And I was learning to read books and she was like, honey, you will learn through life. It's the little things. It's just the little things. I'll remember that. I remember that lesson my whole life. And I think of that with the backlit keyboard. Like once you have the backlit keyboard, you'll never buy a computer again that doesn't have one.
It just illuminates the whole experience. I just also wanted to quickly show you, this is the blue keyboard, and like I was saying, it's more like a marble. Isn't that gorgeous? And the teal is equally as stunning, just unique and special. Don't forget, you don't even have to pay for all of this. You can pay as little, well, if you use your regular credit card of choosing, if you like your card that that you get points on or whatever, you can do 5 flex of $86. If you have an HSN card, do VIP financing. It's $35. You pay that 1 month at a time for the next year, pay it off in full by next year. This day, you haven't paid 1 penny in interest at all. We hold the balance. We are your bank. We don't charge you interest on those monthly installments. So it's paying a little, but getting it now and starting to enjoy all the things that we do with our laptops, which is, as Alice said, this is, aside from our phone, our laptops are the most used electronic that we have, period.
We spend hours and hours and hours on our laptops if we like our computers.
Good
So
point.
I think it is a point, many of us kind of neglect sort of buying a new computer probably for longer than we should. And if you go to your computer and your computer is hot, or your computer is heavy, or your computer takes a long time to start up, or when you are trying to run multiple things on your computer, it takes a long time for it to do a lot of things, then you don't use your computer and you end up spending a ton of time on your phone and kind of hunched over and on your tablet. And those things aren't necessarily designed for all-day work and all-day play and all-day shopping and all-day household management and all-day social media, and the things that most of us do every day. Your computer is designed to do those things for you all day long. If you use if you love your computer, you might be on it 6, 7, 8 hours a day. And if you're waiting on your computer, if you find all the time, you're waiting on your computer to do things, it's always slow, it's always hesitating, like when you're playing video, when you're playing games, those kind of things. Think about how all that waiting 30 seconds here, waiting 45 seconds here, waiting 2 minutes here.
It adds up.
It adds up in your day.
No,
the days seem too short. No wonder we get frustrated. The days seem too short. One of the few ways I know to get a little bit of time back in your day is to have a computer on which you're not waiting on all the time. And in fact, sort of to that point, my computer is plugged into your television, and I want you to see the
gorgeous
look
quality.
at this. So, for example, right now, this is, we're playing a game. This is Forza 5, or that's a video of a game, actually.
It's so realistic.
It's and having it on the 17-inch screen is the biggest game changer. So because this is an Intel processor, and because this has ultra high definition processing compared to a laptop that's just 5 years old. You ready for this? So these numbers are key. Compared to a laptop that's just 5 years old, this is up to 12 times better 3D gaming. 1,200% better. It's up to, do you watch a lot of videos, a lot of Netflix or a lot of Hulu, or gosh, even if you're just shopping online and doing those sort of things now, you need a computer that
can keep
is
up
fast
with the demands.
with video. It's up to 8 times faster, high definition video conversion, again, compared to a computer that's just 5 years old. So this is a different ballgame in terms of power, in terms of speed, and certainly I'll show you again. I really like to show this computer live and sort of hold it to show you the size of the screen, the size of the screen, the size of the screen. Having a 17.3-inch screen means you don't need your reading glasses. You want to see something a little bit more clearly. Look at, Did you guys know that that touchpad, that's a smart touchpad at the bottom? So if you see, for example, a dress or a swimsuit that you want to see a little bit more clearly, you want to see the pattern a little bit more clearly, you want to see, is it a floral or is it a print or whatever, having the bigger screen allows you to do that so much more simply.
So as we get into a little bit more detail, and I know this is, I believe, the only airing today.
This is
actually
100% the only airing today.
Dropped it on Monday morning.
Yeah.
It has not even had any airings. It's just been on our website at a weekly deal drop price, which is $120 less this week, but that goes away tomorrow night at midnight. And I say that seriously because it's a nice savings. It's a great price for what you're getting here from HP, Intel, Windows. We haven't talked about Microsoft Office included.
Oh gosh, we haven't said that. Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, Access, OneNote, Publisher. Sorry, we haven't said that.
Included. But if you are eyeing the silver, I think we've got 60 remaining. So it's about to sell out. 60 left. We've got a little bit more than that in both the teal and in the blue. They're all the same under the hood. It's just a matter of which color. Grab yours if you have a favorite right now. So we do have just a few minutes to share with you. And again, this price goes away, expires tomorrow at midnight, goes back up to regular HSN price.
I should mention the teal, extraordinary time to get it, clearly, which Kelly explained to us. The teal and the blue are exclusive colors.
Yep.
So you can only buy those in the HSN QVC family of companies.
I think that's so great. I always talk about, like, if I was a student, how many times, I remember going to the student union and, like, you know.
A bunch of gray computers.
Right.
So it's gray or black computers.
Exactly.
Yeah, they all sort of look alike. It's the where'd you get a computer. When you walk into the coffee shop, it looks different, frankly, than any other, you know, of the computers there. Let's dive into the specs. So I wanted to be really clear about the size of the screen, the speed of the computer. I think those things are key. Over an 8-hour battery life, weighs less than 5 pounds. But let's dig in a little bit to the Intel processor, and then we have a video we're going to show you on the fingerprint reader in a few minutes too. So we have 2 videos we're going to show you on the Intel processor. We'll show you the first video twice in a row, and then we're going to show you the second video. And here we go. Why Intel? Bum, 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 because Intel is the #1 processor company in the entire world, particularly here. We're talking about value, we're talking about versatility, smooth running apps, email, web browsing, less waiting, and more doing. I think that's really key, working, playing for hours and hours, more than 8 hours of battery life. Solid performance for everyday computing. What are the things you do every day? Do you spend time on social media, Facebook or Instagram or Twitter? Maybe you've always wanted to take a real estate class or an insurance class or those sort of things. You have a computer that has that kind of power if you're going to school, if you're working, if you're managing the home, just for shopping and finding a great deal and thinking about summer vacations and all of those sorts of things. Ideal computer for that. The next video we're going to show you, this is our Intel high definition video, sometimes we call it our gaming video as well, is going to show you the difference, because this has Intel ultra high definition graphics, this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful high definition screen is one thing, and the other thing is 12 times better compared to a computer just 5 years old. 12 times better high definition, 3D video, 8 times better high definition video conversion. Our computers do so many things now. It's not just looking at a spreadsheet, right? It's video, it's audio, it's so many moving parts. So compared to a computer from just a couple years ago, we're talking about a 1,200% difference, 800% difference in these renderings. It would be impressive to say
it's twice as good.
Oh my God, it would be, I mean, if your dishwasher was twice as fast, or if your washing machine was twice as fast, or like if your air conditioner works, we're in Florida, so that's the first thing I think of, we're getting into summer. If my air conditioner got cold twice as fast, I would be like, oh, I'll pay double.
But
we're saying 1,200 times faster. 12 times faster. It is a marked different. And those are done by, they're called benchmark statistics. So they compare that to this processor from 5 years ago. You know, an independent testing company kind of does it. And that's why we're able to bring those numbers to you.
But it is a limited opportunity. And again, I mean, tomorrow, actually on Sunday night at midnight, Eastern time, is $550 for the same laptop. Still a really good price when you think about all the things we've gone through. And if you've got questions about that, you can put the phone up to your QR code and take a look at the specifics, because I want you to compare apples to apples. This is HP, this is Intel, this is Windows, this is Microsoft Office already installed for you at today for $29.99. It's an amazing price. You've got a month to be able to play with it and decide. You've got a whole month. So don't feel like, oh my gosh, what if I order it and I decide again? You've got a month to send it back. And we'll refund whatever money you've put in. If it's a flex pay of $86, we'll put that right back on your credit card as a credit. If it's the HSN card that you're using for 12 months to pay this off, we'll put the $35.50 back onto your credit card. But keep in mind, it's just a really opportunistic time. You know, it's kind of towards the end of school season, and you know, graduations are happening. Whether it's high school graduation, you've got a student going off to college, whether it's a college student that just graduated going into their first workforce endeavors, all of those reasons matter. But for you, and you were saying earlier, if you're frustrated because your computer is just slow, that's a huge reason to upgrade. And this has got all the bells and the whistles. You mentioned moving parts, and it reminded me, this is SSD.
Yeah, thank you for saying that.
Solid state hard drive.
So which means there are, in fact, no moving parts.
Right.
So what does it mean? Inside your computer, and I'm gonna just show you, I love the teal so much. I'm gonna grab this one for just a second.
Very popular.
Such a pretty color. Inside your computer, in the past for your hard drive, the hard drive would actually have moving parts. So it would spin, it would whir, it would circulate, and every time you copied information, saved information, pasted information, retrieved information, there would be a moving mechanical component inside your computer. The problem with that is, if we sort of think back to high school physics, movement equals friction, friction equals heat. So then your computer was hot. So then we had to put in a fan to cool the computer down. Well, then that adds weight and it eats more energy. All that's gone. So SSD, where you saw down there, it says 128 gigabyte, which is a nice size as well. SSD, that stands for solid state drive. The drive is solid. It doesn't move. It's a faster technology. In fact, we have a video we'll show you right now on the advantages of a solid state drive over a hard disk drive. They are that the computer is lighter, is quieter, and is
cooler.
Faster. That's right, and it's cooler to the touch. Because there's no moving parts, because there is no friction, it's cooler to the touch as well. So faster boot up and shut down, your applications load more quickly, better battery life. On a 17-inch computer, it's over 8-hour battery life. There's no moving parts, it's more durable, and what you're looking at now is a way that we're showing you how the computer is different in terms of how much more instantly it moves when it's opening multiple programs, when you're multitasking, when you're streaming, when you're turning it off, when you're turning it on. Having a solid state drive, having Intel inside, having Windows 11, the latest operating system from Microsoft. We haven't even said, or we barely said, Callie did say it. This includes, and I want to look over here and see that Microsoft, because the price is so, for a 17-inch computer, it really is a very low price. I just wanted to make sure I saw it. Microsoft Office 365, there's actually the box is down there. You don't get the box because we've preloaded it for you, but just so you guys can see, there's the box.
Oh, it's actually
is it taped down? That's good. We'll leave it alone then. Someone worked very hard to do that. But what it means is preloaded on your computer is Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, Access, OneNote, and Publisher.
It's amazing.
All 7 of the Microsoft Office programs, Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, Access, OneNote, and Publisher, they're all there from the minute you get it home. What are you waiting for? If you've been thinking about a new computer, if you don't love the computer you're on right now, if you know someone who needs a new computer, if you're thinking of graduations or Mom's Days or Dad's Day, we have curated this computer for you with the biggest screen. Nobody ever said, I wish I had a smaller screen on my computer. Biggest, highest quality, high definition screen with the #1 processor company in the entire world. Ask any computer person you know, they will say, buy Intel if you can. HSN has made it easy today to buy Intel, the #1 processor company in the world, the #1 computer company in America. You're buying in all ways. We have put this together to be the best of the best. You can't go wrong today.
Last call on the silver. We were down to a couple dozen in the silver. We do have teal, we do have blue. So all choices still here, but very close to selling out of that silver. I wanted to point out too, the Windows is in S mode, right?
So this is Windows 11 in S mode. Thank you for mentioning that. What that means is, this is the safest Windows computer that anyone can sell. The operating system is more impervious to threats, frankly, to viruses and spyware and malware and those sort of things. It is protected in a different way than Windows out of S mode is. What it also means is when you download your movies and your music and your games and your apps, and in fact, let's just hop into my computer here for just 1 second. You can download all of those things from the Microsoft Store, which is preloaded on your computer. From the Microsoft Store, you can get movies, music, games, apps, and the best thing is, unlike downloading those things from other places, you know that they're safe. They are pre-vetted through Microsoft already. So everything you see here is I'm going through apps and I'm going through games, and then I'll go to movies and TV and all of these things. These are all sort of approved, have gone through the process to be on the Microsoft Store. It's not an open app store in the way that some other stores are, where anyone can kind of post their widget and you can download it and cross your fingers and hope that it doesn't bring anything bad in terms of tracking software and those sort of things with it. It's all safe. So if you are maybe an older computer user, or you don't want to spend all your time worrying about the security and antivirus and anti-spyware and anti-malware, you don't have to worry about any of that with Windows S mode. Your computer is protected, which means the things you send to other people, those things are safe as well. It's a nicer way for 99% of us to compute. Now, for the 1% of you who want a computer that's not in S mode because you do some super dynamic things, this computer you can take it out of S mode. It's a one-way trip. Once you take your computer out of S mode, you can't go back. So I love that we're shipping it to you in the safest mode possible, and you don't have to do anything for it to just stay there.
Isn't that the best? I mean, it's one thing to like, okay, remember I was going to say the old days,
what?
When you'd go to an electronics store and you'd like, okay, this is the laptop I want, and then you'd have to go literally buy other software
I'll buy Microsoft Office, I'll buy antivirus, I'll buy, it's all included.
And it's not like,
and it's preloaded.
Exactly. I was going to say, you don't even have to like load it. That could be a 12-step program.
Yeah, right.
Or process, which it used to be, but now it couldn't be easier. It also couldn't be more affordable. So think about this. I mean, you have until tomorrow night at midnight to save a lot of money compared to next week. It'll be back up at $530, I think, $550. So it's a really good price. I do say last call on the silver. Once again, this is the only airing we've even had all week long. It's been I just noticed I'm looking on hsn.com looking at our weekly deal drops. We used to do 7 weekly deal drops on a Monday to last the week. There's a lot more than 7 now. Yeah. We're putting a lot of extra, I mean, there's some cool things from Origami. There's a Dyson. Oh, there's a Dyson.
Yeah, we should.
Okay, so I'm gonna exit this page. But in either case, take a look. We're showing you right there. There's even Benefit Cosmetics. There's everything from electronics. I see some Origami. There's ours right now, that HP. The experience is awesome. I love the fact that this isn't like, oh, that's kind of a familiar name. I think I've heard of HP. Everyone knows HP.
When you buy major electronics, when you buy your computer and you buy your TV, those kind of things, the reason you buy names is because name brands are able to source the best parts, quite frankly. So I've sold HP computers and printers here for a long time, and the number one complaint I get, people are like, it'll just never die. Like, I'd love to buy a new computer, I'd love to buy a new printer, but there's nothing really wrong with my old one, which is a lovely problem to have. But it is true, the parts are just so good. The best screens, the best keys. Oh, and you know what else this has? Do you know this has a biometric, here I'll show you, biometric fingerprint reader. We have a video we're gonna actually show you, but just until we have that ready.
So good for security.
It's so good for security, and it's just so easy to use. So it means when you log into your computer, here, take a look. Instead of typing in a passcode or a password or anything like that, you can just use your finger. We all have individual fingerprints, right? See, look, I just take my pointer finger, and that logged in for me. I'm gonna log out of the computer here again, just so you guys can see exactly how this works.
And if you wanted your partner to have access to that, you can do that too, set it up that way.
That's what I'm gonna show you right here. Actually, I'm gonna use a different finger. I'm gonna use my thumb. It doesn't know whose thumb it is. As long as when you set up the computer, it says, would you like to add fingerprints? You can add several. As long as the finger or thumb in question is near, you can use it. It's just kind of like doing your prints at the DMV. You just kind of press it down a couple of times, a couple of different ways, and that's that.
There it is. I am so excited for you guys, really. Our weekly deal drops are amazing.
They're great.
We haven't done this for that long. They're really good. It's kind of like another Today Special, but so many other different categories and brands. But when it comes to a laptop, get name brand. Get the names that are known to be the best. And that's what this bundle is really all about. That price just doesn't equate to the experience that you're gonna be getting. You're gonna love it, I know you will. And if you don't, send it back within a month. All your money will be returned, no questions asked. You don't even have to pay to ship it to your front door or to somebody else's front door, by the way. You're giving this as a gift, Father's Day, Mother's Day, all graduations, all those reasons that gift giving is upon us. So big thanks to you for being here.
A pleasure, it was my pleasure. Like you said, only airing of this today.
Only airing all week. So you've got the chance to do it. Take a closer look if you still have questions. Like I said, that QR code will bring us straight to the page. Go line by line and really enjoy it. We are excited. In fact, I know you're back later with Marlo.
I'm back later with Marlo, but with a more expensive, smaller screen. It's a lovely computer, but just as an example.
Very good. I like bigger screen. I like better price.
Bigger screen's great. Yeah, I'm that.
But again, last call on this.